Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Surajo of Movie Musings, and today I'll be reviewing Water for Elephants, which was released April 22nd of 2011. It's a drama, and it's starring Reese Witherspoon, Robert Pattinson, Christoph Waltz, Paul Schneider, Jim Norton, and Hal Holbrook. So, I'm not going to read the official synopsis to you guys. I'm just pretty much going to tell you what the movie was about without, spoiling it for you. I know it's based on a book, and I've got a couple of friends of mine that told me the book was phenomenal, so I decided I wanted to see the movie. But not only because of that, because the trailer itself looks phenomenal when I first saw it. So it's pretty much a story of a young man. He falls in love with a woman who is the star of the circus. She's the centerpiece of the circus, because every circus has to have like some kind of beautiful woman who's taming the animals, and that's what Reese Witherspoon's character is. She's married in the movie. She's married to Christoph Waltz character, and Christoph Waltz, he plays a really good bad guy, and pretty much every single film I've seen him in, he was a bad guy, and he plays that role really well. And in this movie, he's sort of like a bad guy because he's sort of like a bad guy and a good guy because he cares about the circus, which is his family, and at the same time, he disposes of members of the circus at his will, like as if they're just like objects. And at some point in the movie, that's what his wife referenced. She tells him, Reese Witherspoon, she tells him that she's not one of his objects. So the movie, drama-wise, it was really good. It was a 2-hour-long movie. I didn't feel it because obviously, like I just said, the story really pulled you in. And I'm not really a fan of Robert Pattinson. Normally, anytime I see him, I just think of Twilight, which I'm not a fan of at all. But this movie, it kind of painted him in a different light for me. I enjoyed his character in this movie. I finally figured out what I find weird about him is that it looks like he's not really good at making emotions, because he does this really weird, I don't even know what it is. It's like when he needs to feel sad, he looks at the camera is on him and he does this face I don't know what it is. He's just moving a couple of muscles in his face, but it's not to me it's not realistic. So I think that's what my issue with him as an actor is. He does that in this movie. He did that in every other movie that I've seen him in, especially the Twilight movie. He did that there. But anyway, back to the story. The story was really good because it's in life things happen to you and you have dreams, and then something drastic can happen to you that can railroad that dream, and you find yourself moving in a different direction in life. And something drastic happened to his character in the movie. He was a student at Cornell University, a veterinary student, and he was set to graduate, and something drastic happened that kind of shift his path in life, and he ended up with the circus. And I kind of I empathize with his character because I could see that happening to me if I were in a situation that he was in. I could see that totally changing my perspective and changing my goals in life. So he joins the circus, and he's pretty much the circus's only vet. And Christoph's character, he really appreciates him because he needs a vet. And on top of that, he wants to stay competitive with Ringling Brothers because early on, Robert Pattinson's character mentions something about Ringling Brothers having an on-board veterinarian. And Christoph Waltz, obviously his character, he's the ringmaster of the circus, so he wants to kind of have that competitive advantage as well. But the story was really good because Robert Pattinson's character falls in love with Reese Witherspoon. I believe her name is Milena. Something with an M. I'm really bad at names. When I'm watching movies, I really don't remember names at all. I'm more about the story and the pacing of the drama. And anyway, so Robert Pattinson's character falls in love with Reese Witherspoon's character, and Christoph Waltz. He didn't see it initially, but at some point in the film, there's they say love. You can always tell lovers by the way they look at each other or the way they interact with each other. And there was a moment where Christoph Waltz's character saw Reese Witherspoon's character interact with Robert Pattinson in a way that didn't seem like a normal relationship. It looked very intimate, and at that point, that was when he knew something was amiss between the two of them. So you know, like a young man he is, he thinks that he can steal Reese Witherspoon away from her husband with ease and at no problem. And you know, Christoph Waltz is not having that, and pretty much they have like this drama, this intense drama or conflict that's going on where Reese Witherspoon wants to stay with the circus, but she wants to be with him at the same time, and she's afraid that if she leaves with him, her husband Christoph would come and kill her young lover. And you know, the bad guy, the Christoph Waltz character that he played in the movie, he said something really interesting, and it was because Robert Pattinson was really caring about the animals, and he says, he said something like, I don't remember it exactly, but I thought it was a really important message, because he said, you love animals, and that's noble of you, but you feel this way because you've never seen men suffer. And it's kind of like, you know, in this day and age, like, you know, people pamper animals and things like that. And I love animals, don't get me wrong. But I mean, I think putting sweaters on dogs and things like that is a bit much, considering, like, they have fur. And I don't think that they appreciate you putting a sweater on top of fur that's already going to make them extra hot. And that message was pretty much like saying that you're pampering these animals and things like that, and treating them as if they're humans, but you don't understand that human beings are suffering, and you haven't seen the face of suffering on a human being. So I think that's why he's saying that's why Robert Pattinson's character can have that's I guess that humanistic feel towards the animals. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I am in no way promoting like animal cruelty or anything like that. I really appreciate animals. Like, even watching the movie, I kind of want an elephant now because they're so cool and, like, you know, grand. They're grand creatures, but their size doesn't really mean anything because they're like light spirited. So yeah, overall the movie was great. I was expecting it to be great, and it did deliver. And I would highly recommend it. I would give it an A+, actually. This is the first movie that I've ever seen Robert Pattinson that I actually enjoyed thoroughly, and you know, his performance was good. Christoph's performances was good. Reese Witherspoon performances, overall the entire cast performance, and the drama, the story, I really enjoyed it. And you know, the time didn't. It was a 2-hour long film, like I said, and it didn't feel like that. So I highly recommend you go check it out. I recommend it A+. I give it an A+. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it as well.